Okay. Okay, so today we're going to talk about beliefs and um, perception and projection. And when I get these downloads, it's usually right shortly before the class. And so sometimes it's hard for me to, I'm so present that I'm not present sometimes. And so after I'm done reading it and I'm trying to incorporate it into um, a greater understanding. And I don't mean that in any way that you don't understand what I'm saying, just explanation for those who might need it. And so sometimes I am a little spacey, and so it's really fantastic for you all to jump into the flow, because I really want this to be interactive, and so everybody's voice counts, and I'm learning along with everyone else. And today is a pretty big one, and I went for a walk with one of the girls here, and we got lost, which was amazing. So we were in a new trail, and so we were out there for like 3.5 hours. And there's a lot of stuff coming in. And so if I seem disjointed, that's what's happening within me. And so feel free to interject and speak if things are not in flow. So I'm asking you to do that. So go ahead, feel free to do that. A lot of times I'm listening, and then I have to kind of translate the energy into words because it comes in concepts. And so yeah, so I just want you all to know that sometimes, because I'm watching myself on the reviews, and I'm like, I'm not even present. I'm like, but I mean, I'm listening, and I'm off, kind of. You can tell I'm off, but I'm not off. I am present here with you. I'm just listening and getting information, and then transmitting it to you, which is translation. And sometimes I have to weigh and measure. There's only way I can state it, the energy, so I can translate it. So I can feel the vibration, so I know what it's saying. And sometimes I have to pull up words and measure it against the vibration, because words are so words are so important, because we're thinking, speaking, and feeling things into existence. So just so you know what's kind of going on inside of me. I'm not off in space land. Well, I am sort of, but not. So I am present. I just want you to know that, so you know what's going on inside of me. And also, I want this to be interactive, because again, I'm learning just like you're learning. And we're here at this house, we're learning, we're all new, coming together. People from completely different lives coming together, and so we're learning to create harmony with each other, which begins within ourselves, and then each other, and then the world. So take what resonates with you from this class. Don't believe anything I say. You believe what feels right for you, and we each have our own truth. And my truth is my truth, but it doesn't have to be your truth. But I am here to learn and grow along with everyone else, because everyone else is me. And so nothing that's being said today, it's kind of a deep channel today, is meant to shift anybody out of the present and cause them to contract. And so if anyone is feeling alienated, please contact us. There's 3 of us here that would love to talk to you and get you through anything that you might be experiencing that doesn't feel good. And this is my number. It's Bay Marie and Jana. If you guys want to put your number in there too, you can. And so first I want to create Heartbreak Coherence. And then Sheila, who is amazing Sheila, she is going to open us up with like a meditation, calling in the energies. Do you want to explain a little bit, Sheila, first before we get started, or you're just going to go with the flow? What do you want to do? You go ahead.
Sure. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Kim.
Yeah, okay. I'm today working with Stargate. This is from Mount Shasta. It's
Cool.
a little hard to see, but yeah. And so we're going to work with the consciousness of the Stargate. And we're going to raise the level of vibration in our space. And then we're going to call in some of the higher light beings. So the archangels, we'll call in Jesus and the Marys, and I'll see what else wants to come in.
Okay, because something, Sheila, I would love for you to do, if you would like to do a class and just teach us about this.
Sure.
That would be amazing. Okay, so we're just going to do create Heartbreak Coherence. And so everybody's just get centered, and I'm going to go through the 3 of the breaths of the Heartbreak Coherence, and then we'll continue the breathing as Sheila is doing her magic. So in the Heartbreak Coherence, you want to put your hand on your heart and place your awareness on your heart. And then as you are breathing, and I'm going to count through, we're going to do 4 in-breath, deep in-breaths, hold it for 8, and then exhale for 8. So that pattern we're going to do 3 times, and then you just continue on your own as Sheila's talking. And as you're doing that, I want you to increase your vibration in your vehicle, in your beautiful mind-body vehicle. And if you can't do it at will, pull up the symbol that you created when you did your mind, renewed your mind, or a previous experience that renders a good feeling, a feeling of gratitude and awe, or both, any good feeling. So you want to do that. And if you smile too, that is a posture of joy. And I usually just look up, and because that posture too is like the sun shining on your face. So that's what I do, and that works for me, and it can shift into Heartbreak Coherence easily. So and as we begin this, set the intention as we're doing this breath for what it is you want to receive. And I'm going to set the intention for the group to create a united morphogenic field of love and connectivity. And in this time together, we are going to transmute massive amounts of low vibrational energy in the field into love. So we're clearing each other, we're creating a space of heart-based coherent unity, and clearing the field. So we're healing. So we're going to go ahead and start with that. So, okay, we're creating a beautiful space of coherence. Imagine yourself holding hands with each other. Just render in your imagination. Render a beautiful feeling. Use a symbol or an old memory that renders a beautiful feeling. Smile. Put your face up. Now we're going to breathe. We're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue. And then Sheila.
This reality now, many of us look at our lives and realize change is necessary and a better life is possible. The Stargate supports our personal evolution by enabling us to feel at a deeper level the subtle energies of not only our chakras, but also our higher self, our guides, and the higher light being, enabling us to expand into an awareness of the multidimensional realities of existence. The physical structure of the Stargate is composed of sacred geometry shapes, which are known to hold an energy. The most familiar is the pyramid. This Stargate has many sacred geometrical forms within it. Some are from other Stargates, some are from other dimensions, which allows it to become an interdimensional doorway. The physical structure anchors a higher dimensional consciousness in this 3D reality. It's very similar to our own body, which is a structure that enables our higher self, a higher dimensional consciousness to be in the physical. We are that higher dimensional consciousness, temporarily inside this physical body, enabling our consciousness to experience the world through it. By using the consciousness of the Stargate and our intention, we can create an energy field that will uplift us and allow a greater flow of high vibrational energy into our lives. In this opening meditation, I'll be suggesting at various times that you invite different energies or higher light beings into our space. These energies and guides respond to our intention, to our asking. So just allow for the possibility for this to happen. So sit comfortably with your back straight or lie down, hopefully with no distractions, so that you will be able to feel the subtle energies that will come to us. Now we will relax and close our eyes. Form a pillar of white light around you from the earth to the heavens, as wide as your aura. Now I invite each of you to take a few deep breaths. Breathe into your heart, down through the lower chakras, and deep into the core of the earth. Bring that breath up again through your heart, through the upper chakras, and up to source. And back down again to your heart. This is called the infinity breath. Down to the earth, up through the heart, and then up to all that is, or source. Do this breathing a few more times to really focus on your body. And we've already done the heart coherence, so we will just go to the next step. In the meditation, I'll be suggesting at various times that you invite different energies or higher light beings into our space. These energies and guides respond to your intention if you ask for their presence. So just allow for the possibility for this to happen. And let go of all expectations and relax into the energies. So we have already connected to Gaia, but we will ask her to ground us by calling for the energies of the earth, the consciousness of Gaia, to come up into every cell of our body and into our energy field. So each one of us now asking inside, we call for the energy of the earth to come up into our body and into our energy field. Inviting the earth to come fully into our energy body, in energy field, and fully into every single cell of our body. To ground and nourish us. And she will respond to our asking. And now I invite each one of you to ask inside for an etheric stargate to form around you. So you probably don't know the full structure of this stargate, but just visualize a pyramid to come and form around you. And so as you are visualizing the pyramid structure of the Mount Shasta Stargate forming around you, ask inside, we call for the presence of the etheric stargate to form around each one of us. So we call for the presence of an etheric stargate to form around each one of us. And it will happen. Everything has consciousness, and we work with the consciousness of the stargate. The physical stargate anchors in the energies here for us. It is important to activate the stargates, and that way the consciousness of it will respond to us. So now we will call for the activation of all the stargates that we have created. And each one of us asking inside, we call for the activation of all the etheric stargates and this physical stargate in our space. Nothing else to do. And as you ask, your stargates will start to radiate a very soft, gentle, energetic around you. The activation starts the acceleration of the vibration. And as the stargates increase their frequency, the energetic field around us begins to move up through the dimensional ranges. Moving out of the third now and into the fourth. And gently increasing into the fifth. The frequency is accelerating faster and faster and into the sixth dimension and moving now into the seventh. Here we bring the stargates to a gentle pause and call for a strong seventh dimensional energy field in this space. So each one of us now asking inside, we call for a strong seventh dimensional energy field in this space. Just relaxing and allowing the energy to shift. As the stargates begin to radiate a seventh dimensional energy field. Simply relaxing, your own energy gently comes into harmony with the seventh dimensional energy field. Allow for the possibility for this to happen, and the change will occur all by itself. As you raise your vibration, your dormant DNA is also awakened and activated. It works on the quantum level with each and every cell on the level of your DNA, and also creates healing on many levels. As you know, we have 2 strands of physical DNA. Most people are not aware yet of the higher dimensional DNA. In fact, we have many strands of higher dimensional DNA that are entangled with or in the same space as the physical DNA. Much of it is dormant or inactive, but the energy of spirit is within every molecule. And every time you raise your vibration, more of this dormant DNA is awakened and activated. So now you are really harmonizing with the 7th dimension. And we will ask for an even stronger energy field. We call for an even stronger 7th dimensional energy field in this space. And perhaps you will notice a very gentle increase in the energy. But don't be concerned if you don't feel anything. You are still absorbing the energies. Now we will start the acceleration again and move gently into the 8th dimensional frequencies and accelerating into the 9th. Continuing into the 10th. Vibrating faster and faster into the 11th. And continuing to rise and merge into the 12th dimensional energies. Here we bring the stargates to a pause again and call for a strong energy field. So each one of us asking inside, we call for a strong 12th dimensional energy field in this space. And again, just notice and feel the energy gently changing around you as the stargates begin to radiate this 12th dimensional energetic. Relax into this new vibration. And so now a strong energy field is radiating out in this space. Your own energy field rising as you simply relax and allow these energies to work with you. And now you too are vibrating at this 12th dimensional frequency, totally at one with it. There's nothing to do, just simply an intention to be in that vibration, which in truth is also the quantum field. So have the intention of being in the vastness of the quantum field and vibrating at the 12th dimensional level in every cell of your body. In this space, we will invite the higher dimensional beings to join us and bring their energy to us. And now we will invite our own guides, those who wish to support us at this time. Simply send out a request, calling forth our own personal guides who will assist us moving forward in our lives. We call for the presence of our personal guides, each of us asking inside. And perhaps you can feel as they come into our space. They help us to release what no longer serves us and move into the new energies that are coming our way. Next, we will invite the angelic realm, who many of us are familiar with, to join us. So each of us asking aside, we call for the presence of the angels. And just feel, here they come. Nothing to do, just allowing the angels to bring their energy. And you can invite them to come closer. Come closer. Thank you. Bring more of your presence here. And feel their wings of love and protection around us. Feel their high vibration of pure love and compassion. Open your heart to receive these high vibrational energies. Angels are actually always with us and watching over us, but they will not interfere with our lives unless we ask them to. And they always respond. Next, we will invite Ascended Masters to join us. They are believed to be spiritually enlightened beings who in past incarnations were ordinary humans, but have reached enlightenment through a series of spiritual transformations and initiations. They have great wisdom and compassion and are ready and willing to help humanity reach higher states of consciousness and awareness, and eventually self-realization. They did not always have a life of comfort and ease. They often made great sacrifices in the service of the higher good that led to a higher consciousness of humanity. So each one of us asking inside now for the presence of the Ascended Master Jesus or Yeshua. We call for the presence of Yeshua. And perhaps you can feel a slight shift in the energy as his vibration gently enters this space. Feel his loving presence. These masters are dedicated to teaching and helping us grow into the best version of ourselves. Mother Mary is also an ascended master. She's a very high vibrational being. I invite you to ask inside. We call for the presence of Mother Mary and relax into her energy. It's not a doing, just an intention. She, like us, has lived many lifetimes, but is known more as the Mother of Jesus. Mother Mary was one of many in a group who were here to prepare the way for Jesus and for planetary transformation. It was the oneness that allowed the transformation. Many of them working together, just as we are today, shifting our energy and preparing for planetary transformation. Feel her energy presence all around us. And now we will call for the presence of the Archangels. They are very high vibrational beings as well. Some of them have incarnated, apparently. So each one of us asking inside now for the presence of the Archangels. We call for the presence of the Archangels. And each of them help us in different ways. So you can call upon your favorite Archangel Many of them help us to get rid of old energies, old beliefs, old limitations that no longer serve us. Archangel Michael can help us with that. Archangel Gabriel, they all have different modes of helping us, different ways that they help us deal with the challenges in our lives. And now we will invite the Galactic Council. They are a powerful energetic group of many higher light beings, comprised of ascended masters, archangels, and other star beings. I've been working with them for quite a while and have been receiving guidance from them. So each one of us asking inside now, we call for the presence of the Galactic Council. And just feel as they come into our space with a gentle shift in the energetic. They are here to amplify our intentions, to raise our vibration, and to provide guidance in every aspect of our lives. Just allow for the possibility that they are here and assisting us in our growth. They also help us enhance our chakra system to a level of balance and harmony. I often bring in the Pleiadians and the Arcturians because they work closely with the stargates. So each one of us asking inside now for the presence of the Arcturians. We call for the presence of the Arcturians. This is a star race that has many healing modalities. They help us with healing our physical bodies. They have many higher technologies that we are not familiar with. That we will soon have access to moving forward. So just feel as their gentle energy changes the energetic around us. And now we will also invite the Pleiadians. They are a star race that has gone through the same process that we are going through right now, the process of ascension into the fifth dimension. So each of us asking inside now for the presence of the Pleiadians. We call for the presence of the Pleiadians. They are here to help us with the shift that is happening on our planet. And so now, as we are immersed in all these higher vibrational energies, we will continue with our growth. And I'll hand it back to you, Beth.
Thank you. Oh, that was amazing. Does anybody, I'd like to, does anybody want to express how they experience that in their body? Like everything, I can feel like my whole huge like aura, this energetic, and all of the energies come in my body and actually connecting with them and communicating with them. Does anybody feel shifts in their field, in their body? If anybody wants to share, if not, that's okay.
I felt,
You know, I mean, same way.
I felt the purple, saw the purple light when we called in Saint Germain, and gold light later on. I believe that was when she called in Yeshua, and it was beautiful. Thank you.
Veronica?
So my room temperature was just comfortable, and then when the angels came, well, when my guide came, it started to get warmer, and she's the one that brought along with her. She brought Raphael and Michael into my space with her, and then it got really warm, and then I had some tingling around my mouth. It was an amazing sensation, and because I wasn't doing any outward talking, all my talking was going on inside my head to all my spirits, and so it was very interesting to have that happen. And yeah, just thank you very much. And I'm sorry that I came into it a little late, but I got in just in time, I think. And we were just finishing up the breathing parts, and then I was able to join in. And I've been on some Stargate meditations before, and so it was easy to slip in at that moment and be able to bring it with me and experience it fully. And I thank you for the guidance.
Beautiful. Thank you, Veronica. Vina?
I just wanted to add, so I've done a lot of work with many of the ones that you called, but individually. And just know that the theta healing, that's quantum field healing that's taught out there, is really a really similar exercise than what you just took us through. One of the things is to understand the sacred geometry that you've taken us into and how powerful that is, because that in itself takes us to another dimension. And it's great to have a one individual guide to take you, because I found bringing them all in was very overwhelming for me, because I've dealt with them individually, and I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's big. It's really big for a first starting person to go into those dimensions. But know this, so I brought in Mary Magdalene, and I used her as my screensaver as we went through it. I'll show you a picture of her. She's been actually really instrumental into me understanding what I'm seeing, because it's this yeah.
She looks just
And
like you. She
well,
does.
here's the interesting thing is, she was able to show me pictures I understood. And I love Jesus. I love Baba G. I work with Mother Mary and Archangel Michael. And I see things that I don't always have words for. And she was one that was able to like bring it down to a space where I understood. So the reason I'm sharing this is you're doing quantum field healing in the 7th plus dimensions. And I would encourage anyone to find someone that they resonate with that could be their special teacher and ask them for vision and clarity and language for what they're seeing, because I think we're all here to play in this higher dimension. It's just understanding where we plug in with whom and where our strengths are. So I really thank you for bringing us to this very large cosmos that we get to pick from, because like to me this is a candy store.
Oh, thank you, Zena, for that good explanation of, yeah, it's a big thing, bringing all those energies in for sure. But
Yeah.
I'm really used to it, so it didn't
Right.
bother me at all. So
Well, and also just encourage people to ask for vision or language or understanding or interpretation, so they have their own, they bring their own gift to what they're seeing, because every one of us will bring something down that's different from each other, and finding how you can bring your piece of light into, this ray of light into this equation. I mean, there's 16 of us right here, and all 16 of us will bring something different down. Like, think about the facets that we could bring in this group just right here.
right.
Yeah, yes, I like, that's where you set your intention, right? And so it's
Yeah.
what you want to bring in for the group and for the collective, for the whole. And so, yes, and it is, and this is what I do when I work with people too, and I can just help them read their field so they can heal themselves or work on themselves, get them up to the high vibration, and then you have to get to the high vibration to heal.
Yeah.
You're in the quantum field and you can.
And just know, Beth, like what you're explaining is when you talk about what you tune into, it's like a ladder for me. I don't see all the facets of what Beth sees, but it lets me crawl higher and higher so that I have my own perspective of what's out there.
Exactly.
So all
Yeah.
of us are different rays of the same beautiful gem right here.
Yes, and it is so important to remember so that we're not comparing, because that defeats the whole purpose. And so nobody is alike. We're not supposed to be. We're all our own unique expression, and that's to be celebrated and not compared. And I mean, and we need all of us, and everyone that's here today is in on this. And so we are all creating such a huge space now of conductivity to clear the field and to bring in the energies to shift mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything, ourselves first, and then working in unison then as one, which is what we're doing right here now, working as one. And this goes into perfectly what I was channeled earlier, and so it'll be a good transition. And like I said, sometimes I am appear spacey, and so if you have something to add, please, when I'm done reading it, please add it, because all of our voices are important. And if everyone has important things to say, everyone. It doesn't matter how practiced you're at this or not, because you're here for a reason. You wouldn't be here if you weren't supposed to be. So,
and if I could just add real quick,
yes.
Remember when James did that I can't remember, it was like the picture of a cell and how it evolved and how energy keeps evolving. And I remember Jana jumped in and said, when I took ayahuasca, that's what I saw. I saw the evolution of light. And that hit me like a stone over my head. I was like, that's what I see. It's where I fit into that spiral and keep moving with it. And mine's different than yours, but we're all contributing to it. It's so amazing.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and I had that today when I was walking. I just had that whole thing, and I'm like, I don't know how to explain that to people. And maybe I'm not supposed to. I don't know. But okay, Veronica, go ahead.
So I was kind of shocked to come out of this 12th high vibrational state, and all of a sudden I'm like sharing with the people that are, you know, sitting in my Zoom room with me. And I'm used to being guided like back down into a human level vibration. And it's like, oh shit, I'm like still way up here.
Yes,
What
yes,
do I do now?
yes.
We can play in that field. We can play in the fifth dimension.
Fuck.
That's
Sorry.
really what this is. No, that's really what this is all about, you know, because
Okay.
we are creators, and it's creating from the inside
Yeah.
out, from the energies. And so that's what I mean, Veronica. Sometimes I can't get back down to where I can be coherent. And so just know that that's where that space is. Okay, Alicia.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've never done a meditation, many at all. That one tingling in my toes and just like light pulses. That's what I saw. It was pretty
Amazing.
cool.
It is cool. Alicia is my sister-in-law, and she is very much one of us, and she is stepping into her knowing, which is beautiful. I love you, Alicia. Love you all. All right, anybody else
I
want
love
to
you
share?
too.
Anybody else want to share?
I'll share. I
Okay.
saw a super intelligent shade of violet.
Yeah, of course. Who is it?
Who was it?
Mhm.
It was my higher self,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
The super
beautiful.
conscious self. And the only reason it was violet is so that I could sense it, because anything beyond violet, we don't have the physical ability to sense, although we have a metaphysical ability to sense. But since I'm here in the physical world, it renders itself as violet, just like the rainbow splits into the 7 colors, because that's what we are here to observe. But the actual content of it is pure white light. Pure white light.
Do you see pure white light, people too? Because I do that after that. It's just, you know, it's just like blinding. That's what I get after the lavender. It's changing all the time. It's fun. Anyway, so that was amazing. This was amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay. I love this so much, you guys, because this is like interactive and fun and learning and growing and playing. So thank you. Okay, I'm going to read what came in, and this was, for me, it was just really emotional. And we're all going through, to our own degree, of what is I'm going to read. And we're supposed to be going through this. And so it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it was really emotional when it was coming out. And so there's a lot of, I just cry a lot because it's so beautiful. The feelings in my body are so beautiful. Okay, the power of beliefs, perception, and projection. The usurper. Why do we create what it is we create? How the Trinity, mind, body, and spirit shapes our reality. How we cast self as others in roles that support our illusory realities. Everything is data in formation. Thus, reality is thoughts, which symbolize energetic vibrational frequencies. We perceive these vibrational frequencies as sound and movement. Labeling them limits our creative powers, as our reality is then preordained. Defining new experiences using old labels is to never again experience or create new. The predefined vibrational frequencies and the creative power they possess will claim possession over your creativity. No longer will you be a conscious, deliberate creator. These labels are stored in our biological computer's software, and we have labeled them as beliefs. The beliefs we hold about ourselves in our software, DNA, control our creative abilities by either limiting us or making us limitless. Each soul experiences its own universe within itself, which is the invisible true reality and the unique point of awareness of that soul expression of the divine. No other point of awareness can truly understand or perceive what it is the other is experiencing. This presents challenges that are opportunistic gifts for growth when the soul expression has awakened to the remembrance that we are one. We are one creator in many expressions, that it might know and grow itself through opposites, not opposition. Belief systems are compartmentalized into layers, dimensions, for reasons of experiencing one as many. To reunite the one's divided expressions, the belief systems held in the body, unconscious mind, the DNA, which is divine natural attributes, must be brought to the conscious level and analyzed objectively without the emotional entanglement of emotions. The belief systems are algorithms that must be overridden by the implementation of new algorithms or beliefs and downloaded into the biological computer. The body then carries the algorithmic data processes that support the new beliefs that support the soul's conscious desires, unifying their individual universe, within which in turn then unifies the external projected collective reality. All externally projected experiences will be perceived as opportunistic gifts, not oppositions, and are to be used to maintain indivisibility. Our externally projected reality is a tool for guidance to create the internal algorithmic changes necessary to regain your birthright of a deliberate co-creator with the divine energies of love. This space of internal unity creates indivisibility with the supreme creator, allowing you to somatically experience the gifts of feeling the divine energies of love. You will no longer experience being possessed by your creation. You will experience limitlessness as the state of indivisibility is attained. Dimensions of beliefs. When one is not consciously aware of the beliefs programmed and activated in the unconscious body, they are not a conscious creator. Creating unconsciously is creating on default by preordained beliefs that were not adopted by conscious intention. Their creation will be based on division, self and other, internal, external, non-unification. The perceptions which define their individual reality will manifest externally projected experiences that reflect opposition, when the real division is within oneself. Lacking in one's true identity from within leaves them using externally projected preordained labels to create an identifiable self for experiencing. This identity is not truth, it's fiction, and a fictional character creates a fictional reality. This individual expression of divinity is asleep in a self-created dream, using a fictional character as its identity. It is both the puppet and the puppet master, yet it is completely unaware. Its unconscious creation appears to be real, yet it is fiction. The autobiography of the soul's expressive journey is a biological biography, yet to the sleepy soul, it is very real. No one can claim to hold the truth, as we are all in various evolutionary stages of awareness. To discern your own level of awareness, you must study your own externally projected reality. Self-awareness is the key to freedom. Only upon choosing to observe self from an objective standpoint can one reclaim their true identity and step out of the illusory dream. Upon doing so, the soul's expression regains its rightful position as the dreamer. Identifying oneself as the dreamer unifies the external creation and all of its expressions. The unified dreamer, along with its awakened expressions as one, can dream a new collective reality for the whole. The greater number of awakened souls creating from their rightful place hastens the manifestation of the new creation. To discern one's state of awareness, one must dissolve their beliefs that limit one's ability to perceive reality as one unified creation. Projecting a reality that renders an experience of usurpery is a limiting belief within your programming you hold about yourself. Defining another as service to self is a preordained belief that you are lacking in some fashion. It is not the other who is attempting to hold power over you and your creation. It is you who is creating the experience that renders the feelings and perceptions of inadequacy. Imposing upon another that they are in the wrong is a clear identifying marker that you are in a fictional identity and reality. You are in an unconscious state of creating, which cannot render a projected reality, individual or collective, of unity. Your projections, if divisive, are lack of unification between the unconscious body and the conscious mind. Only when they are unified can the superconscious, the Christ conscious, be born, unifying mind, body, and soul. Claiming another as a usurper is you usurping yourself. Never would you see other as opposition if you are not opposing yourself, your truth, your Christ, your light, your love, your life. Low vibrational beliefs have chaotic low vibrational beliefs have chaotic low vibrational frequencies that don't feel like love, for they are divisive. They are gifts of opposing forces for reasons of lessons and are to be loved and honored. They are to be discussed with clear mirrors that you might envision your truth with greater clarity. The lesson is to be held in gratitude for all participants and seen as a gift of love. It is your lesson, your gift, and all participants are to be cleared together and not incorporated into a linear story. Using others in our role play or experiencing is a blessing when cleared and released. It occurs when we project upon each other preordained labels from past experiences, as we recreate the past, missing the gift of the present. Each blessed moment of now is the only state of creation, which must be observed from presence to experience and express new. Projecting your past experience, which render a perceived reality of usurpery, is shaping the experience of others, perpetuating the recreation of the past. Relational experiences are to be perceived moment by moment, now by now, frame by frame, not in a linear fashion. You will only fashion one model of expression, otherwise which is what we are working to release. Do not place yesterday on today, for you will only ever experience yesterday. Yesterday's perceived discord is today's gift. Don't project it onto the present gift of now. Now is a new space of expression to be birthed from presence, not fiction based on the past. You are what you believe. You are your own creation. You are both the dream and the dreamer. You are deflation and elation. Weed your garden daily. Stay awake to distortions. Clean your lenses continuously. Don't smear the perceptions of others, for in fact, they are self. Be still and know you are both the dream and the dreamer. Who will you choose to be today? The screen, the projector, the film, or the light that bursts life?
Thank you, Beth. That's beautiful. The whole thing. Yeah, we need to know that, what we perceive as contrast is more or less the lessons that we need to learn, right? And so just knowing that the lessons that come up are what we are here to experience and to grow from. And it's all perfect. Happening in divine time.
Yeah, it is. It is done. It's so beautiful to experience that in my body. It's so beautiful. And it is something that we are all experiencing, going through right now, which can be very confusing. And to expect perfection is, it's not what this is about. This is about growth and, evolution and reuniting. And so it's all good. It's all good. If we can see it as love, because it is. So every experience is love. Every experience is love. Every experience is you. Everyone is you. And we're all in a different space. And so let's stay in hold space and love and understanding, and know that when this is happening is the key, and that takes practice. It takes practice. Yeah. And to be present for each other, and just love the heck out of each other, because this is a lot to everybody have to process. And we're starting here, and then we have people from completely different worlds, and I'm not in your body, I'm not in your experience, you're not in mine. And so coming together, and you first being united within yourself, and then being united with as other, because when I'm communing with other, I'm speaking to myself, and I know that that's the way my mind works, that I'm speaking to myself. And so I am being the best expression of self-love when I'm with other people. Am I perfect at it? No, but I've gotten pretty practiced. But everybody's in different stages, and so I just have compassion for all of us, because everybody's going through stuff right now, and everybody that's here is leaders. I'm not looking for followers. I'm not looking for followers. I am I'm wanting you to be your own leader so that then you can help others be their own leader. I want to be the leader that I wish I had when I was a child or experiencing that, where the character, which I'm not experiencing character anymore. And so I want to be the leader for myself first and then for others. So if I lead myself in love, meaning I have to speak nicely to myself and I have to have compassion for myself when I do step out of presence and into character. And every time I do that, I just say, oh, wow, I learned something. And I give myself a hug and I pull myself back out and just step straight again. And then I see each experience. When I have experience like that, immediately I'm looking at myself. What's going on in me? Because I'm creating this. So what's going on in me that I need to look at? And then it has to be talked about. And so, and a lot of people, of course, are contracting when that's happening. And so to stay in love for the other as self is essential to the best of our ability in each new experience, and to not bring the past into the present and then label them as this. And then now I'm going to see that person as that soul as only this. And that's what I'm trying to shift out of. And I just love you all so much. We have chosen a big job, which is amazing. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I put too much pressure on myself, but it's a big responsibility, and I don't take that lightly, because I know that we're shaping minds. And today when we were walking, and I ended up getting lost, which was amazing, Julie and I. And so we were like 3.5 hours. And I was looking at this tree, and there was a gold diamond on the tree, and it had like a little streak of the gold paint like dribbling down. So we put our heads down there at the bottom and like, all right, send us all the good juju tree that you can and all the information. And as I was with that tree, I saw the tree, and it showed me that it was solid, well, seemingly solid light. So it's light. The tree, which seems solid, it's not, but that is light. Everything is light. And then it was showing me like the rings, each ring on the tree is a layer, right? A layer of dimensions of all of these beliefs that we have to shed a little by little. And then it was showing me, as in the fire, when it's burning, that's just what we're doing with ourselves, right? We are burning off another layer of what was once solid in these beliefs within us. And I saw them as we had an experience, and then another layer was gone. We saw something, and then it just swirled up that experience into the light, because we went from solid to light, and we were getting lighter. And it was doing each ring, like, it was another layer and another layer, and it was so cool. It was just showing me, and this is what we're doing. And so we are transmuting all of this, these beliefs. And when we do it for ourselves, we're doing it for everyone else, because everyone else is you. And so, yeah, it's really cool. And then when I was at we had a fire outside when Bradley was singing, and then it was amazing, because I then became the fire. And so, because I just start dancing, and the body just does it so cool. I just watch it, but it's expressing, like I became the fire, and I was like a 5-year-old fire having a temper tantrum. I was mad about something, and then it went away, and then I was just this sad flame who was really just like, so it was everybody's emotions, and they were burning off one at a time. And as my body moved, it was moving to the music as a flame would experience emotions. and that's really what we're all doing all the time. And so every time you have an experience, see the experience and feel it inside you and what it is. And you know, if you can't figure it out, and I always use a person as a mirror, and then so I'm burning off another layer, and feel it, like dance it out, experience it, so you can get out. That's what it was showing me. Like move your body, because it's the postures of the body. It helps it get out of the body, out of the biology, out of the programming. And then of course staying aware, awake and aware to our projections, and staying aware in the presence of now is that which takes the most effort, because we so easily slip back into the old programming, which, right, this has been going on for eons. So of course, and so those to be loved, just to be loved, all of it. Okay, somebody else talk now. Linda, I know you got something amazing to say. Linda, this is Sheila, with these two right next to each other. Who to her?
I am just sitting here absorbing. I just feel like a sponge. So when Sheila was doing her beautiful meditation, I just kept getting lighter and lighter until I became, when in the highest dimension, I became light. I was just light. I had no body. I was just light, and total connection with. I work with all the Pleiadians and Jesus and Mary and Saint Germain, and you know, yeah. I walked with Saint Germain at a lake one time in I don't know, it was in Wyoming, I think. So that was amazing. So I've just had some experiences with Pleiadians, and so they're my brothers and sisters, and so it's like sort of like being home. It's like going home to family, and so it was amazing. It was an amazing meditation, and usually in meditations I go to sleep, but I did not go to sleep in this one. So this was yeah, it just took me up to that. That I just kept getting lighter and lighter until I just became light at the end. And yeah, it was a beautiful experience, and I'm glad I was here for that. So it's the energy on this group is growing and changing and shifting, and everyone, I just see everyone is going to be stepping into their own identity of who they truly are, and becoming the light that they are. And we don't always have to be doing, it's just being the light that we are. It will change things. So anyway, it's nice to be here to look at things that are of a higher dimension, a more positive outlook, a life that we're creating. It's like stepping out of the pile of challenges that we see around us every day, and stepping out of that up into a higher level. Knowing that, and when you're on that higher level, you know that everything is perfect. One time I will share with you, God showed me the earth, and around it was a layer And this was a layer. This is where it's about me, me, me. And this is where the fear and the greed and the competition and all the lower vibrations are that people are in. And this was the fear. This was the fear that surrounds the world. But when you step up out of that fear, there's another layer. And this is the layer of spirit, the layer of love. And if you can step up out of that first layer into that higher layer, you'll see that everything is absolutely perfect in divine order as it is supposed to be. And there's nothing to judge, because in the end, it's all going to be perfect. But we're choosing the things we want to learn to get to that point. And so I honor each of you on your path of what you're choosing to learn. And because the end is always going to be the same. We're all going to get there. But what do you need? What do each of us need on our path to get there? So there is no judgment. There's only love and support. And the beauty of finding this group. Oh my gosh. They're when Beth was telling me about this group, what I saw, the picture I saw was like a volcano. There's no top on it. We are like the fire coming out of the volcano. We're shooting out. There's nothing stopping us. There's no, you can only go this far, you can only do that. No, it's unlimited possibilities of what we can do and what we can be. And I love that freedom of this group, that there is no leader.
Yes.
There's just sharing. There's just sharing and if we don't say anything, we're sharing our energy. And that is so powerful. And to hold space is so powerful. To hold this space of love. That's all there is love. So, and as we stand up here in this love, pretty soon you'll see another head pop up to that fear and look around and see, and we're holding the space up here, and they can come up out of it and match us if they wish. But we don't have to go down in and match them, but we can hold this love for the whole world. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
I think that was a lot more than 2 cents. Thank you so much. You are so beautiful. Isn't she beautiful, you guys? All of us. This is
Absolutely,
I've
yes.
just needed this for so long. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is just a different. I just have been looking for you. And I mean everywhere, or everyone, but
I think we've all been looking. I think we've all been looking for us. I think we've all done this together somewhere on some level.
We are like
we have. It's like the families came home.
it is, you guys. I literally will have this. We'll be here, and there'll be people, and I'm seeing us in the like discussion, having a round table up there, which is reflecting of down here. It's hilarious. If people lived in my mind, they would probably laugh. It's so much fun. Like I do. I can see the reflection, what's happening down here. And we are all guiding souls home. That's what we're all doing. Yeah. And each other, we're doing it. And I want to hold our hands in this dimension too while we're doing that.
Yeah, we agreed to come to this time to hold the energy for what's going on, for the shift. So, yeah. So, anyway.
Absolutely. All right. Who wants to talk? Somebody else, please. I'm so excited. I feel like a little kid. I gotta turn my mic off.
Okay, I'll say a couple of things. So what's coming to me is when I remember going through the visionary program, and when we were doing the distinction called love, my what's the word I'm looking for? The way I distinguished it was love is the absence of judgment. So when we are able to get over ourselves, because all of the judgment that we project outwards is really a judgment that we project inwards towards ourselves. So we can get over ourselves and recognize that we are light and that we are love and we are life. We are the light, the love, and the life, right? So when we recognize that, then there is no judgment. You don't have to judge yourself, and therefore you don't have to judge anybody else. And
Yeah.
Faye Marie, I'm sure you'll correct me, and I hope you do, but I believe in the Bible it says you have to have childlike faith. And so I was thinking about that. What does that mean? Clearly, we're not going to be little babies. But what is the characteristic? What are the attributes that a baby possesses? Well, if you think about it, an infant, a child, has seemingly zero powers in terms of political power, religious power, influence, all of that stuff. But think about it for a second. It has pure, unadulterated love. And when it requires something, it asks. Now, we perceive that asking as crying or whatever, but it asks. And what does it receive? Whatever it asks for. And what does it ask for? The simplest of things. Give it love, some food, some water, and change the diaper every once in a while. I mean, it is so simple. And I think we complicate it because, as I said, it was unadulterated love. Well, where does the adulteration take place? It's when we start to become aware. It is said that a child is completely devoid of any fear up until about the age of about 5, somewhere between 5 and 7. And then all of a sudden, being in this world, which is full of the vibration of fear that we label fear, we label that vibration fear. And I pretend that if I have the power to choose what to label it, I have the power to transmute that energy into whatever I want. And the way that I do it is to go back into myself and connect with the light, the love, and the life. I'm here simply, as Linda just said, to be me. And what is me? What is my essence? It's light. It's love. That is what life is all about. So the sooner we get over ourselves as to what do we look like, how much money we earn, where do we live, what car do we drive, what does our spouse look like, what colleges do we go to, what degrees, we just get over all of those superficial, meaningless attachments, then we can truly free ourselves of the burden that we place upon ourselves. Nobody places them on us. We place them on ourselves. Once we unburden ourselves of all of those attachments, then we truly can soar all the time. We truly can go up through the dimensions, as Sheila just showed us. We can do it anytime we want to. Just do what she just did. You can do it by yourself. And I'm talking to myself right now. And as we let go and unburden ourselves of all of those attachments, we float up. And what happens? What's up there? Higher dimensions, higher vibration, higher frequency, joy. And that's really, when you experience even just a little bit of it, you really don't want to go back down into the self-created lower vibrational frequencies. We have the ability to transmute that. And I just encourage everybody to learn, as Beth mentioned, really this is a story about us, right? Every time we're experiencing something, it's a unique expression of who we are, a unique understanding of who we are becoming. And yeah, it's fascinating. It's a beautiful journey. It's so much fun. I love being here with you guys. I love listening to all the different expressions of your beings, because you know what? Every single one of you is a reflection of all of the emotions that I feel inside of me. So thank you for being perfect reflections of your perfect souls. And I love you guys. This is amazing. Thank you, Beth, for creating such a wonderful, welcoming, and all-inclusive environment.
Oh, you're welcome, Raj. Thank you. That was absolutely beautiful. I just love you so much. This is amazing. And this is a together thing. You know, maybe just because I got the divine shoved me in to do it is what it is a together thing. And I mean, I didn't have a choice to not listen. So I can't. I made that 5.5 years ago. If you help me to stop drinking, I will never be part of the problem. I will be part of the solution, to the best of my ability and every minute. And so I'm so grateful I made that oath, because I can't fall back on myself now, because I made a promise. And I take that seriously, because I was dying, self-inflicted. Although it seemed like it was not. And so thank you all, and Veronica, and then Kathy after Veronica.
So, so Raj, it's, you just made, I loved what you had to say, Raj. It was just so beautiful. But when the, oh, how do I want to put this? When you're describing the child and the occasional diaper change, I just had to bust out laughing, because I don't know about you, but there's no occasional about a diaper change. And it's demanded, not nicely asked, but yeah, Mom, now's the time to change my diaper. It's like, now, you gotta do it now, Mom. So yeah, I thought that was cute. But what I bouncing off of, and I don't know her much at all, but she had beautiful things to say, and I think she said her name was Linda. That was just before
Yes.
Raj.
Yeah, Linda.
Linda.
She's you, by the way, so you're experiencing yourself.
Well, this is amazing, because Linda, we need to go back to those Catholic school nuns and all those religious teachers that I've had for all my life, and tell them that they're like, I really, really regret to inform you that you're like full of shit, because I'm more worth it to God than the grain of sand that you said I was worth. And all of the people that I love and all of the people that exist are welcome into God's heaven. And yeah, so I just have so many things I want to teach the people that tried to teach me and make me think in the olden days that what they were telling me was the truth. And to come to this vibration to realize that no, that the truth lies within me, and I can share it with everyone. And yeah, I just feel so blessed to be here and be invited, into a world, and saying, that I signed up to be here in one of the most difficult times of creation, and that I belong here and have a place here and can hold my head high and function in this community at this high level, just vibrates in my soul beyond all comprehension. And so Sheila, I have a friend that makes frequent trips from the Bay Area where I live, where my house is, up to Mount Shasta frequently during the year, and does ceremonies on Shasta. And God, I'd love to get you in touch with each other. So yeah, I was just, that felt really cool. And thank you all for being here with me and on my journey with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you for showing it for yourself and for all of us, because we are all one. And Kathy's coming back. She had her hand up. She must have got kicked out. So Kathy, are you? She's coming. Okay. There you go. Kathy, we got you back. You have your hand up. Go ahead. Go ahead. If you had your hand up. You want to talk, Kathy? You're muted. You're muted, Kathy. We can't hear you.
All right.
There you
So
go.
yeah, I didn't realize I had my
That's okay.
hand up, but I accidentally got out. I'm not sure how, but I'm just so glad to be here tonight. I stayed back from the family. I am with in Arizona that I got here for Christmas dinner because I wanted to be here tonight. So I stayed back. So I'm so glad to be here. This is awesome and amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are glad you're here too. I'm glad everyone's here. Zena.
Well,
Thank you.
I just wanted to share an observation. So I'm on Zoom all week since the pandemic hit. You know, all my meetings went online, and trying to share my animal mirroring to people and what they're going through. And a lot of the people I deal with are in pretty deep valleys, you know, domestic abuse, codependency, trauma recovery. And it's very interesting because a lot of times when I do my work on Zoom, I've got 4 dogs and a cat in the house, and they all lay at my feet and wait. And every once in a while, one will percolate up and resonate with someone who's sharing something on Zoom. And I always let them know, hey, I got an animal here responding to you. But I have to say, as we were doing our meditation, and thank you, Sheila, for such a beautiful high lift, I had all 4 dogs and the cat like, yay, go there, go there. They were all over me, and they were like, no, get up, like, let's party, let's dance. And I'm like, that's where we need to be. So I'm just saying, you know, I use animals as a mirror in my therapy, but just know that they like so are excited and happy of where this group goes. And it's always this group that makes them like jump up and kiss me and want to sit in my lap. So just a reflection of you all. Love you all.
Yes, thank you. You know, my dogs do that too. When there's something going, all of a sudden they're like just everywhere. Right now they're calm, they're chilling, but it's pretty interesting. I had to get the little the EMF protector things, so because one of them was getting, she's older, she's getting a little bit too much, but so she's good now. So and I just Christopher's on here. Christopher is amazing. I went to Denver to visit my son, and I went to this sensory deprivation tank, and I walked in, and you know, anybody who works at one of those places has to be a specific type of person. And he was, I knew it. And then we went in, and something in, you know, said, you need to get out, you need to go out. And I'm like, no, I don't need to get out. It was a great experience. And so finally I'm like, okay, fine, I'm gonna get out. So I got out, and then I went and sat down and then waiting for my niece, she was in there. And I was like 15 minutes early. So I'm like, okay, why am I getting out? And all of a sudden he peeks around the corner. He's like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to talk to Christopher. That's why I had to get out. So he's an amazing awakened soul too. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And he is in Denver. I think he's working right now. So so we meet people wherever we go, and just bring them, give them, and you know, if they're supposed to be here, they will stay. And I had a experience. And there was these hawks flying my house, and then he sent me a picture of a hawk outside of his window. And I'm like, oh yeah, that would just happen. So yeah, Christopher, just shout out to you. I love you. Thanks for being here, and you're amazing. Okay, anyone else have anything you want to share? Emery, anybody like that? Rob, Jana? No? All right. My favorite Marie's gonna take us out with the whatever she decides she wants to. And thank you all for this beautiful space and letting me experience your beauty. This is amazing. And And so wonderful to have this, like others as self and working together. So thank you. So Faye Marie, it's all yours.
Okay. Well, blessings, everyone. I was interested to hear what Veronica shared a few minutes ago about, because I went on Christmas Eve with my son, daughter-in-law, and grandchildren to a Catholic church, and it had been a number of, well, several years since I've been to the Episcopal or the Catholic Church, and it was quite astounding because I was so aware of how external the concepts are, you know, God out there, and the sense of unworthiness. And I'm not really not judging, because there are so many beautiful people who are seeking and loving God within that genre, and yet there was very little I could say of the prayers, because I know most of them being coming from some years in the Episcopal Church. And so I was thinking tonight, when Beth asked me to close us out, one of the songs that Spirit gave me a number of years ago has to do with growing in knowing who we are. And for many decades, I have had as my passion Christ in us, the Christ consciousness in us. And there's a scripture that says, this is the reason I came. Paul is speaking this from prison, to reveal the mystery that's been hidden through the ages, which is Christ in you and the hope of glory. And it occurred to me when I heard that anew, probably 35 years ago, I just gasped. I went, oh, and it just took my breath away, that the mystery of the universe is the God within us, the Christ consciousness within us, that we are that. And it's not out there. Well, it is out there because, oh yeah, ask Beth, she talks to trees. and we see the hawks. And today I was out back and I thought, you know, I'd like to see a hawk. And 4 showed up, and then an egret flew over, and it's just, so creation is full of God's spirit, and we're one with that. And yet there is this growing awareness in all of us here gathered, and many, many places throughout the universe, that we are that spirit come here for a time such as this to birth and usher in this internal kingdom of heaven on earth within us. And so this song is about our growing and knowing who we are. And also, one of the things that's been happening with me lately is kind of a rekindling of love language that I've hidden within myself. I just privately sing it or speak it sometimes, and I'm trying to get my, I'm not trying, I'm intending to get my sea legs so back with that. And so if that should happen in the course of this, I'm just yielding here to close us out in a spirit of oneness, because we are one, and we are part of that one power, one presence, which is God the good. And we are that. We are the body, the flesh suits that are filled with this God energy that we are experiencing so powerfully within this group and within creation. So I'll say good night. I love you. After this, we will just let this resonate. We have come here seeking to remember. We're growing in knowing who we are. We have come here choosing to awaken, growing in knowing who we are. We cannot see too far ahead on the road before us, yet we walk each step in faith, knowing love's path is glorious. We have come here choosing to awaken. We're growing in knowing who we are. We have come here seeking to remember. We're growing in our knowing who we are. We are love, we are light, we are one. Oh, Darabasheno, Hishani Basindi, holy, holy, holy. We are that which has been spoken, and we are now gathered once again. Om Darabaseno, O Rebasindere Bakishti, Yindarabakashi, holy, holy, we are one.
Perfection. I love you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love
Tina, you
you.
need to do a class to us, Tina. Linda, you too. Teach me. Teach me.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
It's
you.
been wonderful
Hey
being
guys,
here.
hey guys, speaking of
Yes.
teaching,
Yes,
if you are interested, I will be teaching myself about the illusion of time for tool time on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. It's in the events on the Harmony House Facebook page. Please come and join me. And whether you do, you don't, you will, because I'll be there. And so if you are not there, then, you know, you are under the illusion of time. But
Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Yes, come. Raj is amazing. We're all amazing. And I'd love to hear from all of you. I'm sorry, Raj, I didn't mean to. interrupt you.
Thank you.
All right.
You didn't interrupt me. You just continued
Okay.
from where I left off.
Okay, I know. Yeah, I'm not to talk for people. I didn't talk for 52 years, so I'm making up for lost time. I literally didn't. I'm serious. You would not have known me. This is a miracle.
Yeah, so Beth, when you come on Wednesday, you'll learn why there is no such thing as lost time.
Thank goodness. Phew. I'm not sure if I wanted it anymore.
Oh,
All
that'd
right,
be
thank you.
awesome.
Bye, guys. I love you. Thank you.
Bye. I
so
love
much.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Everybody.
Bye.
So much.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Chris.
Thank